What's up, guys? Azure here. Gonna be talking about the opal ring again. Uh, this time around, I'm not gonna be testing it. It's been working all this time. The problem was the training room and the ghost is here. Today's video, we're gonna talk about if it's worth it or not to using the opal ring. And before anything, I just want to make crystal clear to anyone watching. If you manage to keep your stats and everything else, and also add the open ring, of course you're gonna get some increase in your heals. The video is to show you how much are you getting, especially for those who are maybe struggling to put in the build and cap all the stats, and maybe going for investing on a new companion to try to fit the ring in the build. So the goal here is to show you how much of increase you get, and so you can decide if you want to make the effort to put in the build. And yeah, so we're going to be talking about total healing, which is what the open ring gives to everyone. And this is a type of outgoing healing that goes above the cap. So the same logic can be applied to the divine ages. The reason I chose to talk about the open ring is because unlike the unlike the enchantment, the open ring is more likely to get replaced because every module you're gonna get stronger and stronger rings, and maybe we get even a replacement for the open ring, upgrade from it. The Divine Ages is the new kid on the block. It's the newest enchantment. We just got the Celestial rank, so you're probably gonna be wearing this enchantment for a while, for I don't know, 5, 10 modules. I don't know, guys. And yeah, it's a good investment. Any healer starting now can just start with Divine Ages and it's gonna be fine, man. Don't worry if you don't have the outgoing healing capped. If you don't have the outgoing healing capped, nothing changes. Is the enchantment will work as it was regular outgoing healing. So don't worry. So that's kind of why I decided to talk about the open rank, but you can use the same logic for the divine ages. Of course, we're gonna be doing some math here. I like math, guys, so I hope you guys enjoy and learn something in the end. So we were starting things off with the best scenario for the open ring. The scenario in which the open ring is the only source of total healing, is the only source of additional outgoing healing that goes above the cap. And yeah, normally you have your outgoing healing cap, so the multiplier is going to be 1.9. And with the open ring, you have 1.97. So when you invest 7 in open ring, and you get 3.7% increased heals. And for the item loss there, you see in the second line, it's the potential loss of healing for the item level. Currently, the highest item level ring is 2900, which is the new ring. We do have a good ring to replace on, which is the outgoing healing ring that we get from the new dungeon. It's a good one. We could be using that if it was worth to upgrade it, but it's not. But I let you guys be the judge of that, if you want to use the second line or not. So we get a 3.7% increase in heals, and we lose 0.7%. We only get 3% when investing in using the opal ring. So we're going to be taking a look into other sources of total healing now, trying to make things a little more real. So Divine Ages gives 9. We have all the weapons basically give some. So Solana gives 12 up to, you can give up to 5.5 more depending on the difference in the HP. Void Touch can give 18. Perfect 3%. Masterwork up to 10. And the Spelljammer set 10%. I took Divine Ages as Solarium. Solarium because I do think this is the weapon that most people are going to be using on the new dungeon. So why not? I'm not taking into account the 5.5% in the brackets, just using the base 12, and I'm doing the math with those Divine Ages and Solarium, adding on top of what we had in the last screenshot, the last slide. And yeah, we have 2.18 with the opal ring as a multiplier, and without it 2.11. And now the opal ring is only giving 3.3. If you want to take into account, don't forget the item level, potential item level loss is still 0.7%. So we get a 2.6 increase from the opal ring. And well, we're gonna take a look into the classes right now, but for the warlock and the paladin, the conversation ends here. They don't have anything in the build, in the kit, that gives total healing. So all those classes only have to care about the equipped gear that they have. I know some people use the Spelljammer set. I don't go for it. I just use debuffs. But if you're using the Spelljammer set, that's another 10 that you have to add up there, and it's gonna decrease even more the value for the opal ring efficiency. So taking a look into the cleric. The cleric has a couple things that add total healing on his kit. First thing, exaltation gives 20% more. Hello Guy is a feature. It gives 5%. Blessing Touch, I put it the wrong value there. It's actually 10. It can get up to 15% if you use the Masterwork stuff, but it's too old. You're probably not going to be using the old Masterwork. But yeah, I'm into account there. I'm only considering Exaltation and Hello Guide. So for a total of an additional 25% total healing, we got a new multiplier of a 2.43 against without the opal ring 2.36, and the opal ring will only provide 2.9 increase in the heals. If you consider the potential item level loss, 2.2% increase only. So it's getting worse and worse the more total healing we get, and as it should be. Last but not least, guys, the bard with a whopping 50% total healing from Flourish, the encounter. That's why it's a must in the build, guys. You can't miss 50%. The other one is Mr. Inspiration, which is a passive you get whenever you play a song that is not a quick plays lock, if I'm not mistaken. You get 10% total healing and 10% critical severity. The multiplier for the board with the opal ring, 2.78. Without it, 2.71. You're gonna get a 2.6 increase if you're using the opal ring. If you want to consider the potential loss, it's gonna be 1.9 increase only. So you guys have all the information you guys need now for making a decision, an educated decision, and if you're gonna put the opal ring or not in the build, and how far you're gonna go to put it in the build and cap all your stats. Okay. For certain classes, for example, the board, you might be better off try to, instead of using the opal ring, try to make an effort to put this one, since it gives like 2.2 increase in the heals only. You might want to maybe instead try to pursue and use both of the regen ones. It's much more valuable in a bard than in the cleric, for example. The regen on a bard, it's pretty bad in my opinion. In the cleric, not so much. Or maybe you think the cleric has a bad regen. You want to put this helmet on instead of the opal ring. You can try to put both. It's gonna get a little more expensive. You're probably gonna have to use all the consumables at your disposal, like squash soup and the outgoing healing consumable. Probably gonna have to have some good companions there for options. For example, right now, even I just posted the build. I'm using both critical strike companions there. So yeah, if you didn't have like didn't buy the pass, you lost the grump already. So you see, it can get a little difficult in the end. But yeah, you have all the information you need, guys. Take care, and I see you guys around.